He's as silent as the wind and vanishes before you even see him. But what secrets does the solitary gaze of South America's largest canid hide? Armed only with his camera, photographer David embarked on an unyielding journey to unravel the mysteries of one of the most enigmatic predators of the Brazilian biome, the maned wolf, and witness its daily battle for a place in a world that shrinks day by day. In the heart of Brazil, where the sun beats down and the earth pulsates in shades of ochre and green, lies one of the planet's oldest and richest ecosystems, the Cerrado. It's in this landscape of twisted trees, low shrubs, and tall grasses that we find the maned wolf, Chrysocyon brachyurus. David, camera in hand, arrived in this vast expanse of wild beauty, seeking the tracks of an animal that is more symbol than aggressive predator. The Cerrado, a neotropical savanna, stretches across vast areas of central-western Brazil, with branches reaching states like São Paulo and Minas Gerais, where the maned wolf still finds refuge. The climate here is distinctly seasonal, with rainy summers and dry winters, creating a cycle of life and death that shapes every creature. Mornings in the Cerrado are almost mystical, dew on the low vegetation glitters under the first rays of sun, while the aroma of earth and dry leaves fills the air. The sound of wind whispering through the treetops and the distant song of some rapacious bird compose the symphony of this biome. David's first impressions were of reverence and awe. The immensity and apparent tranquility of the Cerrado, however, hid a constant struggle for survival. He spent days walking, observing paw prints in the red earth and subtle signs of the maned wolf's presence, an animal known for its elusiveness. With each sunrise, the mist dissipated, revealing the silhouettes of the trees and the promising horizon. With each sunset, the stars seemed to fall over the plain, and the sounds of nocturnal life began to echo. Patience was his greatest ally, and with each click, David felt he was getting closer to something extraordinary. But something in that wild gaze seemed to carry a story yet untold. The maned wolf, with its long, slender legs, is a wanderer of the Cerrado, an opportunistic hunter that moves with an almost hypnotic grace. Its diet is peculiar for a canid, being about 50% composed of fruits, especially the wolf apple, Solanum lycocarpum, which also gives it part of its popular name. It also feeds on small rodents, birds, reptiles, and insects. Its hunting technique is methodical and patient. It walks slowly through the tall vegetation, using its keen sense of smell and hearing to locate prey. When it identifies a target, it approaches silently and, with a precise leap, captures its meal. David, camouflaged and holding his breath, had the rare opportunity to record these intimate moments of survival. He observed a maned wolf sniffing the damp ground after a rain, its large ears rotating like radars, picking up every distant sound. In an instant, the animal stopped, stood up on its hind legs, revealing its incredible stature, and plunged into the vegetation, emerging seconds later with a rodent in its mouth. The agility and precision of this movement were proof of its keen instincts, developed over millennia of evolution in this challenging environment. The maned wolf is a predominantly solitary animal, although pairs can be seen at certain times, especially during the reproductive period. It marks its territory with urine and feces, communicating its presence to other wolves in the area. Its long reddish fur, with dark legs and a white-tipped tail, is not only singularly beautiful but also effective camouflage among the dry grasses of the Cerrado. David patiently documented a maned wolf sneaking through the vegetation, its fur blending perfectly with the golden tones of the landscape. It was at that moment that a strange presence changed the course of that animal's journey. The maned wolf is a true evolutionary gem, and its uniqueness is reflected in various aspects. Genetically, it is neither a typical wolf nor a fox, but a species apart, making it one of the most intriguing members of the Canidae family. Its scientific name, Chrysocyon brachyurus, means golden dog with a short tail, a precise description of its majestic appearance. An impressive fact is its adaptability. Despite being a predator, it stands out for its omnivorous diet, which gives it remarkable resilience in an environment with fluctuating resources. Scientific studies have shown that the wolf apple, one of its favorite foods, has medicinal properties that help the maned wolf fight parasites. Culturally, the maned wolf is an animal shrouded in myths and legends. In some Cerrado communities, it is seen as a guardian of the forest, a mystical being that brings good or bad luck, depending on the interaction. Some say that the howl of the maned wolf, a hoarse and melancholic sound, announces rain or the arrival of a new season. Its paw prints, with distinctive digital pads, are interpreted by some as signs or omens. David, in his quest, met with local residents who shared their stories and beliefs, enriching his understanding of the relationship between humans and nature. It was during one of these observations, at dusk, that David encountered behavior never before photographed. The maned wolf he was following stopped at a small stream and, instead of simply drinking water, began to play with a branch on the surface, pushing it with its snout and paws, a rare moment of relaxation and apparent curiosity. The behavior seemed to defy the image of a solitary and serious hunter, revealing a more playful and intelligent facet. The golden light of the late afternoon enhanced the tones of its fur, and the scene was of indescribable beauty. David's camera clicked, capturing an instant of pure magic. But the silence of the forest was broken, and the fight for life began. The smell of smoke, previously just a distant trace, became intense and suffocating. The Cerrado, resilient by nature, was once again under threat from its greatest enemy, fire. It wasn't natural fire, which cleanses and invigorates, but the relentless flames caused by human action, advancing unchecked. The maned wolf David was following, the guardian, sensed the threat even before the smoke obscured the sun. Its movements, once calculated and patient, became frantic. The territory it knew, every bush, every trail, every hiding place, was now in imminent danger. The heat was palpable, the air heavy. The wind, once an ally that spread the sounds of the forest, now fanned the flames with fury. David witnessed the animal's anguish. The maned wolf ran back and forth, sniffing the air, looking for an escape route, a safe place. The landscape changed dramatically every minute. The vibrant green gave way to a sea of orange and gray tones. The flames licked the sky, and the sound of cracking burning trees was deafening. David, though at a safe distance, felt the pain of that moment. His camera recorded every frame of the tragedy, but his heart ached, unable to interfere. The maned wolf's despair was evident in its eyes. Its hunting territory, its refuge, was being consumed. It tried to take shelter in a small cluster of trees, but the fire surrounded it on all sides. The dense smoke made its eyes water and its breathing shallow. It was an unequal battle between the fragility of wildlife and the destructive force of man. David felt like a mere spectator of the catastrophe, powerless before the fury of the flames. That moment of pure dramatic intensity was etched in his memory. And when the worst seemed inevitable, nature showed its most improbable answer. The smoke was thick, and despair hung in the air. The maned wolf was cornered, with flames surrounding it from all sides. David, at a safe distance, felt his heart tighten, fearing the worst. However, in a flash of primordial instinct, the guardian of the Cerrado revealed its cunning. Instead of blindly running away, it intensely sniffed the ground and, with surprising speed, found a small depression in the earth, a dry streambed that served as a natural firebreak, containing the flames just long enough. It crouched, its snout close to the ground, waiting for the right moment. The flames passed low, but the natural barrier protected it from the worst. David, with a steady camera, captured the exact moment when the maned wolf, with its eyes fixed on the rising smoke, waited for the fire's intensity to lessen slightly. Then, with a powerful leap, it crossed a small strip of already burned land, using the newly devastated area as a safe escape route, a still smoking trail that guided it away from the fury of the fire. The most important photograph of the day was taken at that instant, the maned wolf, a silhouette against an orange and gray sky, running free towards an untouched area. It wasn't a simple escape, but a calculated survival strategy. Seeing that animal, a symbol of resilience, overcome such a devastating obstacle, filled David with a deep sense of hope and admiration. Wildlife, in its purest essence, always finds a way, a new path, even when the world around it seems to collapse. It was a vivid demonstration that nature, even wounded, pulsates with the strength of overcoming. At the end of this journey, David reflected on what he had learned from the guardian of the Cerrado. The maned wolf, with its solitary existence and daily struggle, mirrors the fragility and resilience of wildlife. Its ability to adapt, to find a new path amidst devastation, is a powerful lesson for humanity. David not only documented a story but witnessed the pure essence of survival. Despite its beauty and ecological importance, the maned wolf is a near-threatened species, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Habitat loss due to agricultural expansion, hunting, and roadkills are the main threats. Protecting the maned wolf means protecting the Cerrado, a fundamental biome for the balance of our planet. The conservation of species like this is a reminder that we are part of an intricate web, where every link matters. The message is clear: we need to seek balance, coexist with nature, and respect the space of every creature. David's and the Guardian's journey reminds us that wildlife has much to teach us about strength, adaptation, and the ability to find light even in the shadows. David's camera may have captured an image, but what his eyes saw will be etched forever. And now, this story is yours too. Subscribe to the Wild Stories with David channel and join us to hear what nature still has to tell and help protect these treasures.